Hi everyone, and welcome to this exciting new creature mod for ARK Survival Ascended. This is the premium mod, the Sulphur Titan by NISIS, RRG, and their very talented team. And the Sulphur Titan mod seeks to introduce a brand new Titan to the game in such a way that I don't think has ever actually been done before. Yeah, we've had kaiju mods like Godzilla ARK and many others, but I don't think we've ever had one that seeks to actually introduce an entire custom Titan in a way that not only complements the existing game's lore, but otherwise intends to expand the overall story of the game. So here I am in Extinction, which is where you typically expect to find Titans. However, the Sulphur Titan can spawn on any map. So this $5 premium mod has a lot of jam-packed content, and I'm really excited to try this out. But with it being a premium mod, I think it's safe to say that having it locked to a single map, however canonically appropriate that may be, would be a little bit lame, wouldn't it? So the developers have decided to allow the Sulphur Titan to spawn on any map, with the caveat that wild Sulphur Titans are passive. At least until you provoke them. You know, if you go up to one and attack it, it's going to hit you back, and it's going to hit you back very hard. So I would not recommend it, even though I'm about to try it. So, while I try to find myself a Sulphur Titan, on Extinction itself, they can spawn, I think is anywhere within the Extinction map, although primarily around the Sulphur Fields and the Southern Wastelands area, which is where I am currently just taking a bit of a stroll around now. In regards to other maps, you can find Sulphur Titans spawning around Carnival Island and Giga Spawns, so mountains, on the island and other similar maps like Ragnarok, etc. In Scorched Earth, you can find a Sulphur Titan out in the dunes, on the center in Lava Island, on Aberration on the surface where Fasolasuchus can spawn, in Extinction primarily the Sulphur Fields, which I guess I'll head that direction, and on Astraeus around the mountains, though I have also been informed that there is a chance you can find Sulphur Titans in beaches on certain maps. It's very unlikely, and like I said, they're not naturally hostile, so you wouldn't have to. I guess it's like seeing a Titanosaur, where you wouldn't hit it, but it is very large. You can find it on the beaches if you're a bit unlucky, and they're kind of just big and scary and looking at you. So my plan for today is to go out and find a wild Sulphur Titan. I'm going to hit it. I want to see what happens if I aggro it and just how badly it's going to destroy me, or how much of a fight I might be able to put up against a wild one. Then, of course, I'll try fighting another one, a taming one, seeing how the tamed one works, and also look into the alpha variant as well. Because what's quite unique about the Sulphur Titan mod is that, you know how lately there's been a trend of mods introducing mini-bosses and alphas and such? A lot of the time, they tend to introduce really cool rewards, but normally cosmetics or armors and saddles, trophies, etc. Whereas in the case of the Alpha Sulphur Titan, it rewards you progression. You get Tekgrams as well as a couple of other things, and I mean custom new Tekgrams, not just the vanilla ones. So the Alpha Sulphur Titan is actually required for progression, possibly to do with the actual Titan itself, we're going to find out. So thus overall, I wish to take a good look into all of that. Oh, and I think, oh, there you go. It's smaller than I expected. Is that an alpha? Daz, you turd. That's not really what you want to see, is an alpha buffed Sulphur Titan, my own creation. Are you damaged? Oh, you are actually. Huh. Well then, I guess what I should also mention is that I'm going to try using my brand new Zungatherium. This is also a very freshly released mod. Speaking of which, Sulphur Titan is not released yet. It is releasing on July the 17th. So I do have early access. Thank you so much to NISIS and RRG for the access. We are having an early look at this, but yes, otherwise, that is not the combination you wish to see. Truly, that isn't. Don't know why I'm using a regular spyglass. You have 128,000 health. You are smaller than I expected. Ah, but it looks really, really cool. Oh, fantastic. Okay, well, let's just get rid of the alpha one first. So it did just occur to me, there's me saying about how the Sulphur Titan feels quite small. I was on a really giant creature. So actually, let's go ahead and just GCM so I don't have to worry about the weight capacity. Okay, I'm very wrong. No, when you're actually on a more moderate sized creature, that is huge. Oh, but that is so cool though. We can get up to it, can really appreciate it. Probably not get the Arthur to attack it though, because I don't want to get cleaved when he attacks. Ah, so he is a big, scary creature. That is a fantastic model. Making larger creatures is really difficult, especially for, like, animation, locomotion. I'm sure a lot of us have seen how some large creatures or some large modded creatures can just behave a bit funny. Hell, Zungatherium being one of them. it doesn't do very well with bumpy terrain. It kind of, you know, shifts a fair bit, and I know some people noticed it with Dragon's Kingdom, Zalgia dragons as well, where the really large ones can just interact with the general environment a bit funny. So that's, like I said, larger creatures can be quite a challenge to make because they really interact with the environment very strangely, and they can animate very strangely as well. This guy, Sulphur Titan, he's looking good. He's looking very good. Okay, so like I said, I'm on my big tanky Zungatherium. These guys are designed to tank. I'm just going to remind, for anyone seeing this for the first time, these guys by default are supposed to have thick skin. Okay, it doesn't actually. That's interesting. This guy normally has like 15% damage reduction by default, and I've also got a very nice level 90 armored saddle, so lots of armor. And it's imprinted, highly leveled, got 30k health, so very, very tanky boy. Even then, let's see what will happen if I try to engage with a Sulphur Titan. Oh, you sound so cool! And you have a ton of HP. I've been slowed. Ooh, okay, ooh. Very large, interesting gaseous effect there. It definitely does have that Titan vibe. Oh, that is interesting. Oh, what is this? Freeze immunity. Okay, I really like the particle effects. I'm sure some might say that doesn't really make much sense, you know, blue dust when it's like a very orange area. It just looks cool, I like it. I also like the vents exhausting out there. Oh, what are you doing? You're inhaling. Oh, whoa. Okay, I think that might have missed me. In fact, you know what? Let's go ahead then and just get in front of you. I have a feeling I might be quite high up, because I am aware that the Sulphur Titan is supposed to do a Nova ability that can suffocate you. And a lot of these effects and abilities look very gaseous. Oh, here we go. Oh, damn! That looks so cool. Again, I must stress, I'm on a very tanky high-level creature, so maybe maybe this is a little bit unfair to test with. Then again, though, you'd go with like Gigas and Karakras for a regular Titan, wouldn't you? So it's not too out there. I don't think this Zung is stronger than a Giga. Oh, you're doing your inhaling ability again. Let's just pause. Oh, okay, that breath attack is the suffocation one. I see. There's no debuffs, so I didn't see I was getting suffocated, but you can see my oxygen going down. All right, that's deceptive. No wonder why I didn't think it was happening. I see. Yeah, see, now I'm suffocating, and even though there's no actual indicator for it. Ooh, that's spicy. That's scary. Right then. So, as we can see, it's a bit scary to encounter one. You don't get any loot. Okay, it's a bit scary to encounter one in the wild. If I was a much weaker creature, that would have been quite horrifying. Thankfully, though, if you're still like early or mid-game or just have like a more vulnerable creature, the Sulphur Titan's not aggressive naturally. So you should be fine. Although bear in mind that the Alpha Sulphur Titan is very aggressive, and we will be looking into that as well. Okay, so I did just try taming one and it didn't go right, and we're just going to ignore that and we're going to try again, but it did occur to me I'll have a check to see what this actually drops. I did check the inventory, no loot, but what about harvesting it? Ooh! Oh, okay. Right, so it's not just typical, you know, meat and hide and such. You actually get quite a variety of resources. Let me just quickly do this. Die! There you go. Hello. Yeah, okay, so I got a couple of different things there. Oil, stone, a brand new item. I saw some crystal and metal as well. So that is crystallized sulfur. Created within the body of the Sulphur Titans, can be used as ammo for a Sulphur Titan's more powerful attacks. This is very important. We're going to need this not just for its attacks, but also some of those custom Tekgrams I mentioned earlier. So then, in regards to taming yourself a Sulphur Titan, you're going to need some rocket-propelled grenades, and you're going to shoot it into the face until it falls over. How many times you shoot it depends on the level of Titan, so the higher level it is, the more you have to shoot it in the face. When it falls over, it'll reveal some corrupted nodules. Now, don't make the same mistake I did. The corrupted nodules do not look like the floating purple hexagons on the regular Titans. These look more like oil rock. You'll understand when you see it. And you want to shoot a couple of those. However, the catch is that if you are not able to clear all of the corrupted nodules while it's bent down and vulnerable, it'll reabsorb them and deal massive damage. So you may notice that there's already 2 Sulphur Titans right here. 3! There's 3 Sulphur Titans right here. That was not Wow, that was weird. Okay. Yeah, so they're not rare, as you may have noticed. And I'm actually very glad about that, because it turns out there is quite, oh my god, why here? There is quite a few up in general. Primarily around, you know, like I said, the sulfuric area and the southern wastelands. And because I have so far failed taming this 3 times, it's not complicated, it's not difficult, but it's not easy. Like, it's simple, basically. It's simple and it's quick. Now, what you do? I'm kind of scared they're gonna, like, aggro each other. Well, there's only one way to find out. So, I've mucked this up a couple of times. It's a good thing there's a couple spawning, because it does make it less punishing than if there's only 1 per map. Oh, you fell over immediately. Okay, that big purple effect meant it's already fallen over. You can see there's 1 nodule right there on its face. We need to shoot 5 nodules as quickly as we can. Oh, God, I was a bit too close to that one, wasn't I? Broke my armor. Okay, that is 3. There's definitely one on its tail there, so I might not be able to get that one. I think it's standing back up. So I managed to get 3 of them. It's absorbed the rest back in and taken a fair chunk of damage, but only a couple though, so I guess that's actually quite okay. That's probably the best I've done so far. Too bad the tail was in the floor there. And I've noticed that when it wakes up from being vulnerable like that, it tends to not aggro immediately after you. So it gives you a moment to breathe and to figure out what to do next until you thus, you know, interact with it again. Really unfortunate is walking straight up towards the other 2 titans. Let's just, you know, try knocking... Don't do that. You don't do that. You know, I'm always so grateful when people come to me to check out their mods early. It's a really big honor, especially when I have a habit of making things look so much harder than they actually are. Okay, I do believe you're the one. Yeah, you're the one that's injured, so you're the one I was mid-taming. Right, and you've moved away from the other 2. So you know what, guys? It's moved away. It's in its solitude. It was calculated. I meant to kill myself. Now then. Especially in these hard to see trees. Let's go ahead then and just look away from me. Okay, never mind. Go down the cliff. Yeah, that's still part of the plan, still part of the plan. I'm just getting into a more strategic area. More dramatic looking location. Gonna shoot it in the face. Now that time, it did not fall over immediately. But that time it did. There we go. So I took 2 shots that time. We've got a bit of corruption on the back over there. Got another one. So like I said, they look like oil rocks. Not literally. If you take a closer look at them, you can see like the element on them. But it's just a good way to remember it, in my opinion. I just broke down a couple more that time. I think that's 4 in a row. Looks like there's one more there. And I think I may have just hit it. Are you like knocked out? Oh, you're claimable. There, I did it. Yay. I was very afraid that if I, you know, mucked around for too long, it would wake up again. I guess it's something for me to experiment with another time. But yes, there you go. So like I said, right? Like I said, it's straightforward, it's simple, it's fast-paced, and because of that, if you're like a bad aim or, you know, things are going wrong or whatever, that's where it'll reabsorb the corruption and take massive damage, and that's why I mucked up my first couple of attempts. But as you can see, it can be done quite quickly, and it's, you know, it's a nice thing that you can't see right now. It's a nice thing that so many can spawn because you can like really get practice with it. Right then, Sulphur Titan, let's go. So first things first, the Sulphur Titan saddle. Now, if we check up Sulphur here, you can unlock the Sulphur Titan saddle at level 100, and it requires 45 engram points, requires a whole bunch of black pearls, polymer, crystal, and metal ingots. It's quite expensive. And 30 crystallized sulfur as well. As we saw earlier, by killing a wild one and picking it, or harvesting of the pick or an Anki, I did get 47, I got just enough to make an entire saddle. However, you can't make the saddle in your inventory. You are going to need to unlock the Titan Terminal at level 80. This is used to summon the Alpha Sulphur Titan, but also allows you to craft Sulphur Titan equipment. It can also be used as a teleporter, and this again requires just a whole glutton of resources and another 45 crystallized sulphur. It's via this that you can make the saddle and a whole bunch of other things as well. It's also worth mentioning, however, that at level 80, the same level, you can also create the Sulphur Alpha Titan Summoner for another 100 sulphur. So we'll look at all of that in a bit. I just wanted to go over that quickly, that there are some prerequisites to getting the saddle first, but now that we have one, and I'll go over that more thoroughly. My guys also produced a bunch of sulphur, so now that I've obtained my first one, even though I can't even ride it yet until I put the saddle on, it's actually been producing its own. And quite quick from what I'm seeing just now. Yeah, okay. About 3 over 10 seconds, I want to say. Maybe even faster than that. That is decent. Wow, you are cool. Okay, guys, let's take a good look. Now, oh, bloody hell. Damn, I went full British then. Oh my god, that is amazing. That is, I love how fitting this is of ARK's art style. It's all well and good making a tech saddle, right? But sometimes like tech things in general can look a bit strange. I feel like that these guys really just absolutely nailed the ARK tech look. It feels like a vanilla creature. This was very, very official and really nice. And I'd also like to reiterate once again that making large scale creatures is challenging because just like I said, the overall scale of everything, this has to be like a very large high fidelity model, probably has 4K textures or maybe even 8K. I shouldn't think so, but it's possible because it's so large. It has to be very well detailed, even at close up. And speaking of which, the scale work on the hand is fantastic. Really, really solid work. And the animating bigger creatures can be quite difficult because say you wanted to be, you know, raptor speed. Well, raptor speed on something this large isn't very fast at all. And you have to take that into account when animating. You have to make it so slow and sluggish, but you also have to make it look cool. Oh no, this guy's kind of speedy actually. He does drift a bit. He does have a bit of a large turn radius. Honestly though, it's probably not the worst. He doesn't have a ability key on the right hand side. Oh, but I did just do something. What? What is this? But that's cool. That's really, really cool. But as I was going to say for animation, in terms of animation, yeah, it just feels really good. How do you do on terrain? I mean, that was quite steep, so I guess I'm not surprised. But oh, actually, that little rock there, though. Oh, it is pretty good. It handles well. Yeah, he does handle pretty well, actually. Which is fantastic, you know? You do want a big creature to be able to walk over a ledge. You know? Sometimes that's easier said than done with some creatures. You may have also noticed it is gendered. This is actually female. And ooh, that is because these guys are in fact breedable. You also have rank 3 cowardly. Yeah, these guys are in fact breedable. So you can have an army of imprinted Sulphur Titans to thus fight the actual Titans with, or the Alpha Sulphur Titan as well. Yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised. This guy does handle really well for general locomotion. Do you take full damage? Yeah, you take a chunk of full damage. Probably shouldn't have done that, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Now then, in terms of attacks, we have the regular left click attack, which is a bite, and I think I also saw some punches as well earlier. Maybe if I look, oh yeah, of course, the tail attack as well. So the left click is directional, and I will also note that the mod page and wiki do also list the console, the console binds as well. I like that tail animation. Hold on, it does have quite a large cooldown, but if it just lets me do it, it's so fluid. It's kind of adorable in a way, I like that. Right click is a scratch attack, which again is very dependent on the way that you're looking, and also quite reminiscent of the Ice Titan, I'll add. He's got such long, scary fingers, so I guess he's a knuckle walker, how cool. C is a large stomp attack. Oh, which is so big and dramatic. That again reminds me of the Ice and King Titans. X is a sulphur breath. So that wasn't even a Nova ability. This is just a sulphur. Oh, wow. Okay. And thus, yeah, it does like a very large gaseous cloud, which lasts for a very long time as well. So control is a Nova ability. Oh, I love those exhausts. I really love the exhaust effect. Oh, it's this ability I accidentally did earlier. Right, this costs 100 crystallized sulfur to use. And once you've done the ability, it's going to consume all the sulfur. And this has given me Essence Invigoration, which I've just read. So Essence Invigoration will affect all allies within the bubble, and will give all allies 35% passive health regeneration. It will also give Essence Sickness to all enemies inside the bubble, and they will take 100 true damage every second, reduced for players, of course. Additionally to all of that, the ability is a 1 minute cooldown, and all projectile attacks will just fail inside. So if you are inside that bubble, you can't be shot, for example. It will just destroy all projectiles, which is really, really cool. I'd love to see that in PvP. So there's also the artillery stance, to which if I now hit spacebar, the cannon will open up and it will pose me in a very locked position, and of course I'm getting attacked by something now. Whatever. Now during this stage I can't move at all, but if I left click for 30 crystallized sulfur I can do a plasma blast. Oh, for 3,000 damage, and for right click this will cost 200 sulfur. It will do a really powerful attack. Plasma beam. I'm just gonna wait for that Titan to get a little bit, you know, angled towards me. And we're gonna right click for 200 crystallized sulfur. And he's moving out of my way. Oh my goodness! I really wish I had the foresight to track it with my binoculars first. Okay, let's try this ability again with that level 70 Titan. I'm gonna go ahead and get down into position. Gonna right click. Oh, it's moving just slightly out of my range. Oh my god, look at that burn! Oh, that is effective. Lasts for quite a solid amount of time as well. Let's do a plasma bolt as well. Whee! Oh, that... Wow, this is very punishing. Very, very rewarding. The plasma beam does seem to have, or the plasma bolt does have a cooldown, but right click again. Both are on cooldown. Oh, so I can't do another right click, the beam, because, oh, I am taking a lot of damage from a lot of different things. Oh, but you can actually move back and forth in... Oh, I was wrong. You can move during artillery stance. You just can't move your camera. Good. Okay, let's go ahead and get out of this form then, because I don't have the sulfur to really do anything else. Oh, he does do a lot of damage though. So I do only have a primitive 25 armored saddles, so I do need to be wary of the wild ones, just like with gigas. The wild ones do have a crap ton more HP. So I need to be careful, but wow, isn't that so cool though? Proper kaiju fights! Let's go ahead then and do a sulfur breath as well, or a big stomp, that works too. Oh god, that's cool. I would love to do the Nova ability and heal myself for a bit, but I do not have the sulfur to summon the bubble. Maybe if I can survive long enough? So I could do the health regen right now. What I could do though is a sulfur breath. So I'm gonna go ahead and do like a nice big inhale. I'm getting very worried for my HP. And we're gonna breathe all over this other one. Does 6 damage per... Okay, well the sulfur breath isn't really one for damage yet. I think it's more for suffocating other creatures. Oh, I have to say though, the big sea attack stomps are so satisfying. And we have 100 sulfur. It is time to use Nova once again. We're gonna summon. Please? Oh no, I think it got interrupted. No! Because it ate the sulfur, but it didn't cast. Oh no, I might actually lose my guy. Okay, I've just gone and grabbed myself a 150 Titans. I'm sure we all want to see like the true damage potential of these guys. I've got a 150. My other guy has just died now. I'm sure this was supposed to be a boulder throw. Is it Q maybe? Oh, yep. Q is a boulder throw. Whee! Just yeets that for 405 damage. Man, I just noticed this level 10 has 100,000 health. Whereas, to get into position, my 150 has 112,000 health. Right, let's go ahead and right click. Oh, you're just gonna barely miss, aren't you? Right click. Gonna do the big plasma beam once more with a 150 tame this time. Oh, that does so much more damage. The scaling. Oh my god. And I'm pretty sure it's still going. It's still going. Does it? Wow, I thought that lasted longer than on my previous ones as well. Bloody hell, that did a lot of damage. I should note that ability is immune. Or the King Titan is immune to that ability, by the way. But not the other Titans. And you know what? I think it's time we also check out the Alpha Sulphur Titan. So there's one thing I just want to quickly clarify. It turns out when I spawned in my 150 Titan, I did imprint it by accident. Wasn't supposed to be the case. So the fact that I was doing 4K... Ooh. Okay. So the fact that I was doing 4k damage per particular plasma beam, yeah, it's fully imprinted, so that's my bad. Otherwise though, I do want to check out the Titan terminal. So like I said, this is required to make the Alpha Summoner, the saddle, and all the other content this mod has to offer. Ooh, even though it currently begins as, you know, like left-sided, you can rotate it. So I do prefer like this angle to place these big items with. Oh my god, it looks absolutely incredible. Wow, sorry, pardon my mouse, you know, jittering. I have a cat headbutting me as we speak. But this is phenomenal. They have so nailed the art style. This is fantastic. wait, hold on, what is that? Oh, I can't, hold on, it's Bagos. That's the Sulphur Titan itself. Again, Oliver, get off the keyboard. He just did a little 360. This is phenomenal. This is so impressive. Like, again, the art style. Like I said earlier, the saddle. Tech is a unique art style, especially because in ARK, the ARK art style overall, everything's very worn and torn. Everything's battle damaged, battle hardened. You know, sometimes even a bit rustic or, you know, decayed looking, even tech. So the fact that these guys have managed like all of this really beaten, wear and tear, futuristic look, because sci-fi, you typically think of sci-fi as like a very, you know, clean and pristine thing. No, they've done such a good job of making it look like it belongs in the game. It's so good. Okay, so like I said, first of all, this acts as a teleporter and it appears to power itself. Oh wow, so it's a completely independent teleporter. It is also a replicator. Let's see then, can I just power this with sulfur? No, so I think it does actually require a tech generator. Now then, it is time to summon in the Alpha Sulphur Titan. So first of all, quick disclaimer. If you, like me, want to try cheating or spawning it in or going to Nucleus and cheating in the summoner, don't do that, it will not work. If I understand it correctly, you have to make the summoner inside of the terminal. So the terminal is now tech powered. Let's go up to the replicator segment and let's chuck in 100 crystallized sulfur. I can now make the Alpha Sulphur Titan, and I believe that upon crafting this, craft this item to summon an Alpha Sulphur Titan nearby. I do believe this will get automatically consumed. And it sure did! Oh god. So it takes 25 seconds to summon, thank goodness, because I, you know, need to run over and get to my guy. Everything is so largely scaled. I may have summoned it in the wrong place. This is a very rocky environment, but now I'm seeing it all for the first time. Kind of hoping the guy doesn't destroy my my thing. Can I use my binoculars? Oh, I can't. Hold on. GCM. Just so I can use my binoculars. Oh my god. Oh, he's got 1,000,000 health and he's level 5. Oh, and he's definitely angry. He's huge. Okay, you know what? So I am just using my... How hard are you gonna hit me? Oh my god, he hits hard. Right, that was with a boulder attack. Let's get away from the breath attack because that will suffocate me. So, oh god, he's got a lot of health. I am just on my regular imprinted 150 Titan. I've got a primitive saddle. You know what? I'm gonna lock in and I'm gonna go ahead and use half of my sulfur to do the big beam attack. He is doing a lot of damage. Come on, right click. There's the beam attack. Now, it will chew through all of the crystallized sulfur in the inventory, which is why earlier it lasted so long. So I've taken half of my sulfur out so I don't use it all up in one go. It is chunking through, but it's only chunking through because I had thousands of sulfur in my inventory. Oh my god. Okay, I gotta admit that seems a little bit broken. But again, it's only because I had so much available. Oh, let's go ahead and C attack. I'd also like to chuck the sulfur back into my inventory so I can go ahead and do Nova, do the big bubble, if it would let me. And by the way, you might notice that he has some frostbite on him. There we go. This should now heal my Titan or increase its health regen by 35% and should be doing 100 true damage. But I don't think it is so. I may have put this in a really bad location, all things considered, but at least my guys now should be healing, like just, you know, passively healing a bit more rapidly. Unless, maybe it just doesn't show the actual damage numbers, although he's not even in it anymore, so, you know, ignore that. What? Did he just... He's doing his own bubble! Oh god! He just countered my bubble with his own bubble, and his bubble's much bigger than my bubble! Bubbleception! Sorry. Okay, we're just gonna backpedal out of that one to no longer get the sickness. Okay, that did a lot of damage on my guy. That was very, very rude. I can't get a range of him because he's in the bubble. And I backed myself up into a corner. I have not made a good series of decisions here. Oh, he's so good. Oh, he's inhaling. He's gonna suffocate me in a moment. I need to flee. I'm being suffocated. Oh, the bubble's gone. Okay, let's just go over here. So I could just do the beam again, but like I said, it chews through the sulfur so quickly. I don't want to just use up all my sulfur What I could maybe do though... Oh yeah, of course it's stuck in my terminal. This is really cool. Like, this is a proper satisfying Titan v Titan fight. Okay, I'm now stanced up, and I'm aiming the wrong way. Hold on, can I just shoot you anyway? Come on. And I missed. At least he missed me as well, so we're even. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead. Oh, we've just both bubbled at the same time. Okay, that was definitely a coincidence, but that's a really horrible coincidence. As soon as I used Nova, he also used Nova. Or she, technically. Well, guess I'll just leave. This is her Nova. It's much bigger than mine. My play is nearly dead. Oh god. You know what? Let's go ahead then, and we're just gonna stance up again. Very big rotate. Hold on. Let's get into position. And let's just try use a Nova beam anyway. Oh, sorry, the Sulphur beam. Come on. And... oh, for a second and I thought I missed. So much damage, but I'm not going to have any more Sulphur after this, so I can't use anything else. Well, I guess what I could do actually is... oh no, never mind, I used it all up. Oh, but it did so much damage. Maybe I should have just done that from the beginning. Oh! Ooh! You dropped a red crate. Ooh, that's clever. That's a nice way to avoid, you know, losing your loot. My guy got so injured. Again, this is... oh, got a ton of experience side. This is imprinted. Oh, my camera's going funny. Yee! Wee even. That is a big spike rate. Sir, do not touch me. Nor you. Do not perceive me. Oh my god. That... oh! Oh! Ooh! Ooh, encumbered. Okie dokie then, let us look at what we got all together then. So, in terms of saddles, Bronto, Rhenianatha, Gigantoraptor, another Rhenianatha, oh, okay, another Sulphur Titan, Quetz, Bronto, Rhenianatha, Giganto, Blueprint, Rhenianatha. A really, really good Sulphur Titan blueprint. Oh my goodness. Wow. A bit expensive, although the boss rewards just gave me all the crystallized sulfur back, so that's really, really nice. Oh, that is so expensive, but that is so worth it. Okay, well, that's all of that then. We got 2,400 sulfur, got 400 elements, and we got 4 mechanized sulfur swords. 2 of them are primitive, one's ascendant with 160% weapon damage, and the other's a blueprint, which is just 0.8% below. And the blueprint version is again very pricey. Oh, but it's very cool though. Wow. Okay, let's go ahead then, have a little bit of fun. We are on a platform creature after all. So let us... there you go. Oh, I like how that clips. I'm using foundations and it kind of clips into it. Very clean and flush. Though I did it a bit lopsided, so I can't do it over here very cleanly. So I guess we'll just leave it at that then. Let's go ahead then and get ourselves a tech wall. We're going to check out the rewards because the rewards are very cool. So there's 2 cosmetic rewards and a couple of actual item rewards. Oh, the flag. So the main thing that the developers wanted for this mod was that they wanted the rewards to be not just like a typical flag. The flags are great, don't get me wrong, but they wanted to go extra. And boy, did they go extra. Oh, that's so cool. Wait, what is this? Morale boosted. Hold on, is that from the flag? It is! The flag gives you a buff. Oh, that's interesting. It gives you a damage buff. Okay, I'm not sure how big that damage buff is, but it straight up increases your damage in general. Hold on, can I get back on my guy quickly? Yeah, he also has a damage buff. I really wish they had tooltips. I will go recommend that. So the mechanized sword is very interesting and it looks really cool. Hold on a second. Just get rid of that entirely. Oh, my character is jittering. She's not enjoying life right now. That is a sick looking sword. Oh, that's cool. What is she doing? But that is really cool though. So the sword can be used both for, you know, actual damage purposes. Whee! Let's go ahead and find something to attack. Or can I harvest you? That's because I need sulfur essence. That makes sense. Let's go ahead then and just grab a whole bunch of you then. It is quite heavy. The sulfur has massive weight reduction in the Titan, but not in your own pockets. There we go. So now that we have that equipped and powered, I still can't use it. Okay, well, I do just want to clarify that everything that I don't cover today, or anything that doesn't work, I don't understand, I am going to be making a tutorial video as well. So today is my general, hey, let's have fun. But just be aware, I will also be doing an actual tutorial as well. So anything missing here will be covered in that. So, as we can see in our Tekgrams, I would have already had it all unlocked from killing the Titan, but now I'm in creative mode, it shows it anyway. We've gained a Tekgrams, the Sulphur Titan capsule. This is what requires the Sulphur Titan head. I misremembered. I remembered it's got a very special model, but I misremembered you need to make a thing to place the head in the first place. Sulphur grenades, sulphur jetpack, and the mechanized sulphur sword. On top of the really cool flag as well. So first of all, let's make ourselves a Titan capsule, which is, again, it's fairly pricey. Not as pricey as the other things so far, but it's decent. And this, oh, can be placed anywhere. Even on the terminal itself, that's really cool. So just for the time being, let's go ahead then and place this on sort of like a random wall. And as you can see, just like how the flag is, you know, just bigger and better, so is the trophy head. This is the trophy head. As opposed to having on a wall mount, it is in this special container here, with this really cool bubbly effect as well. So what's really interesting about this? There's two really cool things about this. First of all, I believe that's RAF, or at least this is a reference to basically the actual canonical story of ARK itself. Before Extinction, before the Titans roamed the element, corruption got really bad, or sometime around that. This is based on the actual characters in the story who were just around developing tech and trying to do cool things, and I think stop the Titans when they emerged. So this is supposed to be like old technology based on the actual lore of this game. Like I said at the beginning of this video, the entire goal of this is to unofficially expand the actual canon of this game, which is really, really cool. Not to mention, I don't think I got to say this, but the alpha had a frostbitten effect. We definitely saw one of his horns was white. You can see it here as well. And the idea is that the Sulphur Titan is a direct competitor with the Ice Titan. So the alpha one actually has Ice Titan scars all around it where it's frostbitten and just, you know, heavily scarred with white markings. Now, the Titan capsule, this is the, you know, the head trophy mount, also produces sulphur essence, and this is used to power Sulphur Titan equipment, and that's why I couldn't power the sword earlier. I was using the wrong thing. Reading comprehension, it says right there, requires sulphur essence. So we have the crystallized sulphur, which is the more raw, unrefined stuff for powering the Titan's attacks, and then we have sulphur essence, which is more for powering your stuff. And fun fact, by the way, the whole idea of this is that just like in Pacific Rim, where they use like kaiju fluids to power things, same with this. The sulphur essence is being drained from the alpha's brain. I know, quite morbid that. So now that we have this, let's go ahead then and power up our sword once again. There we go. Now I can use it. So this sword has got two really cool uses. The first use is that, yep, it is in fact a weapon. Ooh, and a pretty decent one at that. Really fast attack rate. Can it harvest? It cannot harvest, but yeah, good attack rate. But the main thing, the main perk of this actually, is that this works as something you can repair your structures with. You can repair your structures for basically zero cost, just the sulphur essence itself. That is the only cost. So when you're trying to repair your turrets, for example, you don't need all the regular turret materials. You just need sulphur essence and your sword to be ready. So it's a repair rod, essentially. Now, if we go back over to our replicator and just see what else, we've looked at the sword, we've got the jetpack skin, I'll grab that, and the grenade as well, the Titan capsule, the Alpha Titan, and the saddle. So, the jetpack skin, this, can I use this on anything? Oh, I can actually. Oh, that looks so cool. Oh, that's amazing. And I didn't think it would connect to the flag piece. It provides heavy physical protection, but makes the element harder to endure. Makes element harder to endure. Okay, that's interesting. I got a tech armor buff. So, hold on. Can I? Wow. So, I already knew that this could be used on a tech chest piece and can allow you to use sulphur to power it instead of element, so you can change the cost. I didn't realize you can convert your regular chess piece into a tech chess piece, essentially, more or less. Wow. So hold on a second. Say I were to take this off, put on a cloth chest piece, There we go. And just get rid of creative mode again. That's really funny. I've got my tech cloth chest piece. And again, like I said, this will require sulfur essence to power, not element. Although, in the case of the tech chest piece, if you have this cosmetic skin and tech chest piece, and you have element in your inventory, it will then try to consume both of them at the same time. So do bear that in mind. But otherwise, that is really, really cool. And last of all, the sulfur grenade. This will leave a lingering cloud of sulfur fog, and this will basically, just like the actual sulfur breath, will make it so that things suffocate. Also, I feel really speedy. Why am I so speedy all of a sudden? Let's go ahead then and just chuck that. I don't think it's really work against creatures very well. Oh, you did not like that. Oh! I take it back. That did good damage. Why am I so speedy? Whee! Is that the... Is it? Oh, it is! Wow, so it even increases your movement speed by a significant portion. Yeet! Wow, and of course, yep, flying. I think that is otherwise pretty much everything. I think that's everything. I know I've got to check out the breathing. I was going to check out the breathing, but since I spawned an imprinted one anyway, I didn't really need it. I will make another video to try fighting the Titans with these guys. I think that'd be really cool. But I also imagine this video might be long enough. I do want to wrap it up. You've shown off all of the actual mechanics and abilities and all this amazing premium mod has to offer. This is only the first, by the way. I do know that the developers have more planned. And of course, like I said, I will be making a proper tutorial for this as well. A much shorter tutorial to really get into like the nitty-gritty and correct any mistakes I may have made. But otherwise, how bloody cool is this? Sorry if you can hear banging in the background, by the way. I guess it's another reason for me to wrap it up. Absolutely stellar, fantastic, amazing work. Oh, that's where you are on the saddle. A little cockpit right on the side there. How insanely cool is this? This is absolutely amazing. Thank you so much to NISIS and RRG for providing me access to this. This is really, really phenomenal. $5 premium mod. I think it more than makes up for the price tag. This is so incredibly unique, so well designed, and it just fits so well. A lot of thought has been put into this to respect the game's actual canon and really complement it instead of just, you know, sticking in another kaiju. I think this is fantastic, and I really cannot wait to see what more the team has in mind for the future. Right then, that is all from me. Thank you so much for watching, hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you all again next time. Cheers!